Welcome to Ready, Set, Collaborate podcast, episode 4 with my girlfriend Sonya King of King Creations. I am so excited to have Sonya on our show, but I want to tell a little bit about Sonya because me and Sonya met at a networking event and we became best friends since then. Sisters, we call it sisters, right, Sonya?
Yes.
Sisters, sisters from another mother. But I love my Sonya because she just made me feel so welcome when I joined Experience Connections. So let me tell a little bit about Sonya. And actually, Sonya has a book out which is called Chef. What's for dinner? No, I'm saying Chef. Where's dinner? I'm saying for dinner. Where's dinner? And you definitely need to get that. But I'm gonna let her tell you about that. But it's called My Journey Back to the Kitchen by Chef Sonya King. Um, but let me tell you a little bit about her. Chef Sonya has always been an entrepreneur at heart, which came from her entrepreneur-minded grandmother. Her ventures encompassed being a kitchen consultant, party consultant, event planner, culinary school to children ages 5 to 15, and cake decorating teacher. Wow, Sonya, you got a lot of stuff that you do here, I tell you. As an experienced connection South Fulton co-leader with her dear friend and business partner, Samantha Jackson, Chef Sonya is now bringing more businesswomen together to help empower them and further their dreams and aspirations. And Sonya definitely is a connector. She's definitely a collaborator. And I am proud to bring my girl Sonya on my podcast. I'm so excited, Sonya.
I'm excited to be here, Wanda. I love collaborating with you. We had so much fun together.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. We don't tell about that little on your show. I was on your YouTube channel on your cooking show.
Yeah.
Um, that was fun because I couldn't remember what the title was my meal was going to be, right?
Your
I said,
own dish. Yeah.
do you remember what it was, Sonia? Chicken,
You try to get me in trouble.
chicken. Anyway, had chicken, spinach, and Alfredo sauce.
Yes.
Yeah,
It was good though, y'all.
oh, it's delicious, but I couldn't remember what the heck
Yes.
what it was. But yeah,
Yeah.
that was a treat, and that's actually on the YouTube channel. So make sure you go on Sonia's YouTube channel and subscribe to her. So Sonia, tell us a little bit about yourself. Then I want to ask you some questions.
Okay. Well, I am a mother of two grown and gone kids
I love
and
that.
two wonderful grandsons. They're age 14 and 11. So there's a very interesting and fun time right now. I'm also a wife. We're going to have our anniversary this weekend, our 7-year anniversary this weekend. And I'm a devoted mother. I'm sorry, devoted daughter. My mother. I love my mother, 83 years old, or let's say 83 years young. And she is wonderful, and I just love her dearly. And I'm a chef because of my grandmother, as Wanda had said earlier. Um, she planted that seed in me as a kid. And so I just decided to go to culinary school many years later. Unfortunately, my grandmother was not here when I did it, but she's the reason why I'm a chef. And I just love warming people's tummies with good food, whether it's sweet or savory.
Oh my
So that's
God.
just a little bit about me.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna tell you, and she gets me in trouble because actually with that candy and the pie, I'm from Chicago, so she makes my Chi-Town popcorn for me every time. She knows what I like. So, oh my God, everything that she cooks, sweets, delicate, everything she does is superb. So, thank you, Sonia, for being my chef. So,
Oh, thank you.
yes. Thank you. Well, I want to ask you some questions though, because I want to dive into why my network, Ready Set Collaborate, is so important to me. Because we both collaborate a lot with other entrepreneurs. But how important do you think networking is for collaboration, and why?
Okay, what was the question? Because we froze.
Yeah, how important do you think networking is for collaboration, and why?
Networking is so important. I learned that many years ago when I had gone to event planning classes, and my instructor, she told all of us, ladies, if you're not networking, you're not working. And that spoke volumes to me. And I like to play on the words, but it stuck with me.
Mhm.
And because as an entrepreneur, you have to get out there and network because you run out of friends and family. they get tired of you coming to them. Oh boy, here she comes again. What does she want now? What is she selling now? You know, what does she want me to do now? So when you network with people that are like-minded, they get you. So they're ready to collaborate with you, so that you can further your business, help them at the same time. And actually, there's a quote in my book that I said, be the wings that a sisterpreneur needs to soar in her business.
Oh,
And that's how I feel, knowing that I'm helping another sisterpreneur with getting the right connections. That's why I joined Experience Connections, South Fulton, so that she could, get the connections that she need in her business to help her, and it just makes me feel good knowing that I've helped somebody to get the connections that they need to go further. So it's very important. You must
mhm,
do that. You must network and collaborate too, because you're getting the people that your collaborator knows that
mhm.
you don't know, and vice versa. And building that relationship is very important.
Absolutely. And I totally agree with that because me coming from corporate, I didn't really know how to network. I was not a salesperson. I'm a social worker, but I was not a salesperson. But it actually was something that when I learned it, it was just like, okay, God gave me this vision to get in back into the community. And that community was building it with BNI and then with Experience Connection with other groups that I'm part of. That's why they call me the networking queen. But and me and Sonya be at a lot of the same networking groups together. But I really enjoy, and the good thing about the networking, Sonya, is that you build friendships as well. You know,
Yes.
and people that's going to have your back when something happens. Like you said, sometimes you can depend on family, but having your entrepreneur sisters. What do you call it? Sisterpreneurs? I love that.
Yes, I call them sisterpreneurs.
Yeah, sisterpreneurs to have your back because I know I built my business a lot that actually helped me to attain my goals with Experience Connection. So I truly appreciate that, and I would have never met Sonya if I had not networked. So
Yes.
very very important. So let me ask you this question: how can networking help individuals or organizations access new opportunities to collaboration?
Well, it's, like when we go to, like you said, we go to a lot of different meetings and we see each other. When you go to those meetings, you're going to see the same people. But
Mm-hmm.
then you also, because you're going in different locations, you're going to see other people. And so that helps when you go to other locations, because sometimes we're stuck in our comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
But when you go outside of your comfort zone, that's where the magic happens. And yeah, even I had to learn that years ago. I was like, I'm just gonna, stick with the networking on my side, because there was no networking on our side of town.
Right.
And as I decided to venture out a little further out, that's when, like I said, the magic happens. And it's so important, y'all. Grab the sisterpreneurs from different areas, and y'all all come together, meet in the center, and you're just going to see a lot of different changes.
Absolutely, and that's why I want to get you next, and that's great to know because when COVID happened, so I wanted you to talk about the digital age. When you start doing networking, in-person networking, and COVID happened, tell us about how that transpired to do that virtual and in-person networking in the digital age, because this is the digital age now, right? This is what we
Yeah,
had.
yeah.
So tell us about that.
Well, it's a funny story behind that, because I didn't even have a Zoom account. I didn't have any of that. I mean, I wasn't doing, virtual meetings or anything like that.
Mhm.
But when 2020 hit, we all had to pivot, right?
Yes.
So while people were complaining about the pivoting, I was laid up. I couldn't walk. And when our organization, Experience Connections, was, trying to decide if they were going to go ahead and do virtual because nobody could do in-person meetings,
Mhm.
some people didn't want to do it because, sometimes change is hard. I mean, I'm pretty sure that everybody can,
Yeah.
agree with that. And I was already laid up anyway, and I was like, you know what? I'll do it. I was the first, our location, Experience Connection South Fulton, was the first location to take the bull by the horns. And the organization as a whole has not looked back, and that's a great thing because we now have this platform to be able to go outside of the Atlanta area and get, sisterpreneurs from across the globe. I mean, I've even met some people from international waters, and I was like, wow, this is great, all because of modern technology. So for those of you that uh,
So Sonya.
wonderful thing to be able to go out
Mhm,
from your seat and meet other people that you would never have met if you didn't turn on that camera and meet them. So
mhm,
yeah, I would say just take a couple of breathers or whatever. Go ahead and get on that Zoom or whatever platform that you're using,
mhm.
and meet some new people from different states from out of the country.
Yeah, and Sonya, you always bring those people in. I mean, and it's funny because you use different avenues as far as getting them, putting out, your networking events in what is it? The magazine, I forgot the name of it.
A magazine?
Not magazine, the networking where you reach out to people and they actually respond back and they come to your meetings, virtual or in person.
Oh, well, I use different apps. Not, like the Nextdoor app is one of them.
That's what I want.
Uh,
Next,
yeah,
yeah.
the thing is with Nextdoor app, and I think that's with all of them, you got to deal with the algorithms. So if you're gonna promote your business or whatever service that you're doing, you're gonna
Mhm.
have to do it in a decent amount of time. Because I'm telling you, sometimes it's a roll of the dice
Yes,
with
yes.
social media. You're hoping that people will find out today that they need to come today. No, if you want those people to come today, you need to reach out to them personally. But if you're trying to
Mhm.
get fresh meat, so to speak, had to go there with the chef thing. But anyway,
Yeah.
you have to, you know, put it out there like at least 5 days in advance, knowing that at some point it'll roll around to them. So
Yeah.
just start early. But Nextdoor is one of them. I'm on Alignable now. I was already on there, but whoo, I'm sure a lot of y'all could agree. It's a lot of different platforms out here, and sometimes you just feel like you're jumping through hoops, right? So
Ex- Exactly.
I heard somebody say that they had gotten some people from Alignable, and I said, well, let me go ahead and
Yeah.
get back on there fully so
Yes.
that I could, bring some people into the fold.
And that's awesome because actually it's funny because when I left corporate and I joined BNI, but I was on the line and I had
Mm-hmm.
no idea what so I'm still online, so I'm not using it that much. But that was actually one of the questions, and you already answered it. How has technology such as social media, online platforms influenced networking and collaboration? That was one of
Yes.
my questions I was going to ask you. So you think that has brought collaboration into by you doing that, venturing out,
Yes.
not just with social media, because social, like you said, that's hit or miss. So that
Mm-hmm.
has helped you with your business, right?
Yes.
And
Yes,
also,
it's good to put that out there. And
yeah,
there's WhatsApp and all of that stuff. Sometimes you can just get overload, y'all. Sometimes you might have to unplug yourself from the digital devices. That's why I look forward to Fridays. I'm so serious. I do my hustle during the week with all of that social media platform. And then
yeah,
on the weekends, I just take a breather. Sunday, you may not even see me at all on social media,
yeah.
so that can be my family day.
Oh yeah, yeah. We do, Sonya. We're the hardest working women, I tell you, because we're up at 2 o'clock in the morning talking to each other sometimes.
Yes, night owls.
Yeah, we are. We are. So that's very interesting. But no, you actually, because what you do, there are challenges and obstacles in doing what you're doing as far as the digital, between the virtual, between the in person, and coordinating that with your partner, Samantha, and it's kind of hard. So and that's what I call collaboration, because you definitely are collaborating. How do I bring this all together? And you do
Yeah.
such a great job in doing that. Um, I was so happy to have our first episode, the second episode with Bonnie Ross Parker, who created this platform, Experience
Yes.
Connection. It was joy of connecting. And
Yes.
I joined when it was Experience Connections, back about 5 years ago, I think, Sonia. That's how long I've been
Hmm.
knowing you? About
Yeah,
five
that's
years?
how long as I've been in it.
Yeah, so about 5 years ago. So her having this platform for women. I mean, we deal with our men too. It's different platforms here, but this is actually what does Bonnie say? Women making it happen.
Women make it happen. Yes, that's the slogan.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that is, I tell you, by us working together and knowing that we're not left behind, because I'm telling you, coming from corporate, sometimes you're left behind and you're not heard. So this way we're heard, and a lot of people who always, and that's what I end up doing when COVID happened. I get into my office and start doing webinars, um, because people wanted to start a business. How do you start a business? And this is something that my passion was to do that as well. So with Sonya, and actually Sonya is one of my associates for Legal Shield. So she
Yes.
hides it very well, but we're gonna get her out there. We gotta get her out there. So, but yeah, but no, it actually is very important, because you have to be out there on social media in order to be able to get business or to start a business or to see what's going on with the business. So these episodes of Ready, Set, Collaborate is something to help you be able to start or and grow your business. So let me ask you something. Can you provide some tips for effective communication and relationship building within the professional networks, like the networks that you've been doing? Can you provide any kind of tips that you can share with our audience?
Okay, well, this is something that I say at a lot of meetings, especially when we're talking about what has Experience Connections done for us. I would definitely say that when you start networking, it may not happen immediately, but don't stop. Keep going, because it's about relationships, building relationships. A lot of us go to these meetings, or even to our family, friends, let's go that way,
Mm-hmm.
and expect them to jump on, oh, that product or buy that piece of candy or
Mm-hmm.
whatever right away, because you feel that it's, a masterpiece or whatever, or this is phenomenal product.
Mm-hmm.
And then you feel some kind of way when it doesn't happen right there, then and there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But you have to remove yourself from the equation and go thinking about the other person. What can I do for them? How can I help them? And they tell us that, we have a note section on our rosters.
Mm-hmm.
Make a note. Who can you connect that person with just from listening to her 3 minutes? We
Mm-hmm.
talked for 3 minutes about our business. So from those 3 minutes, what can you hear, how this person, what kind of referral do they need, to
Mm-hmm.
make them soar in their business?
Mm-hmm.
And so when you start networking, don't go thinking about me, me, me. Think about the other person, the other people. How can you help them? Because as you bless, you will eventually get blessed.
I love that. I love that. And thank you. So I'm going to slow it down from networking, and I want you to tell us a little bit about what you do. I'm looking at King Creations in the back of you. Tell us about your business, and then I want you to share how people can get in contact with you.
Okay, King Creations PCS is my baby. I started it actually it was conceptualized in the when I was in my 20s. So I'm not in my 20s anymore. I'm some years old. But I was known as the cake lady back then, and I enjoyed doing the cakes, and I taught classes, as Wanda said in my bio, and all that stuff. And let's fast forward to now. I I'm back to the baking part because I used to do meals. I still do meals, but only on request. My baby is always been baking and pastry because my grandmother, she was a phenomenal cook as well as a baker. But I drew more from the baking side, and I love to teach that. So King Creations is going to rebrand next year, and I'm so excited about it. If you have been following me and looking at my website, you've probably seen that there were some changes on there, and I'm slowly making changes on it as I'm going back to doing what I'm very passionate about. And that's, I like to do my sweet treats, y'all. I like to do popcorn, gourmet popcorn, and candy. So if you can catch me now before it gets too hot in the ATL, you can get you some wonderful candy. Caramel pecan clusters is my best seller. I
Yes.
also do assorted barks. I do fudge, all of those things. And it's just so easy to be able to please that indulgent tooth that's back there that everybody's got. And sometimes we put it to the side because, oh, I'm
Yeah.
not supposed to eat that, but this is the holiday season. And so we can go ahead and have a little bit, a little bit, and a little bit more, right?
Yes, you get me in trouble,
So
girl.
yes, yes. So you can have some of that and enjoy it now. And I just want to sweeten up everybody's life because this world is something else. I'm not getting into all of that, but I just like knowing that, somebody's going to have a sweet thought when they think about King Creations PCS.
Yes,
And
yes,
PCS stands for personal chef service, by the way, but it could also be personal popcorn service
yes.
or personal candy service. So whatever you want to say. But I love to personalize things for you, my client. So if you have a personal popcorn in mind, you can hit up your chef because I'm your chef now. And you can say, hey, Chef Sonya, I would like to have a popcorn that tastes like, and then I'll play around with it. And guess what? I'll name it after you. So
I
if you want
love
to follow me,
yes.
can you see the social medias? You can follow me all on all those. Can't talk now. You can
Mm,
follow me on all of those. Okay,
mm.
that's YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. I'm on LinkedIn too, y'all. I'm on there, but I'm not really on there, but I'm on there. Okay, so please subscribe to my YouTube channel, King Creations PCS, Creations with a K. And you'll see some fun stuff in there, including Wanda. Me and Wanda, you got to check out her video. We did 2 videos together. And of course, you got to check out my blooper reel because we had so much fun on that. Oh my gosh.
Yes, we always do. So how can they get in touch with? I know you said you, but how can they get in touch with you?
I'm like I said, YouTube and
What
King
about your
Creations
email?
PCS. You can go on my not my YouTube. You can go on my website,
Mhm,
kingcreationspcs.com, creations with a K. Okay.
mhm.
You see it back there. You see the little thing. So kingcreationspcs.com is my website. So
Okay,
you can
great. So that's King Creations,
mm-hmm,
PCS.com.
PCS mm-hmm, .com.
Okay, so not with a C, but with a K, and it means
Yes.
yes, yes. So we to make sure you're not doing the K, C, you're doing the K. King
Yes.
Creation, PCS, Peter's Cat.
Peter's Chef Sonya.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, thank you so much, Sonya, for being on my podcast. I really appreciate it. You definitely was one of my top ones that I wanted to be on. I had Bonnie Ross Parker, um, and I'm having quite a few other ones on here. But we want to get it out here as far as how to get into your own business, but also how to network and collaborate. Collaborations is the key to success. I say that every time that I'm in a meeting. So having you on
Yes.
my show, I appreciate it. Well,
Yes.
thank you so much, audience, for attending. Well, not attending, listening to my
Yay.
Ready Set Collaborate podcast, episode 4. We will be having episode 5 coming soon. I know we're going to be having global and strategic networking and collaboration. So stay tuned for my next episode of Ready Set Collaborate. Thank you, Sonya, so much for being on my podcast. I appreciate it. I love you, girl.
Love you too. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.